Twitch. I mean, YouTube. YouTube's coming up. I've got it set for ultra low latency. I just want to test this and see if the delay isn't changing. It's because of my graphics card. It's because of the encoder, basically. And Twitch, I mean, Twitch is no delay. I'm watching Twitch, and like as soon as I move, Twitch moves. It's like a second and a half. It's 4 seconds now on YouTube. All right, well, video, I'm satisfied with that. Honestly, chat's not working for YouTube, but I'm satisfied with that. So let's minimize this screen. Let's move this over. And I think Twitch is good quality. I didn't look at Twitch quality. It looks fine. Yeah, everything looks fine. So I think we can minimize that and bring up the... Let's do this. Let's go to YouTube. Close this out. Go to YouTube. Is Twitch chat still working? Test. Yeah. So Twitch will come across the bottom of the screen, but YouTube will not. So I have to pop out chat and bring it over here. Oh, man. All right. Okay, let's roll, man. Holy shit, balls. So, let's talk about what just happened, okay? What's going on? Let me do this. Sorry. My screen's all messed up because I was doing so many things. Okay. Now we're gaming. Let's gaming. If you're in my Discord, I apologize for all the spam. Okay. Sorry. Put that out in Discord. If you're in the Discord, I apologize for the spam. And let's do this. UI open. No caps. That's going to trigger somebody. All right. So what did we just do? Let's talk about that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. YouTube does have a delay, but I don't give a shit right now. I'm done messing with it. My processor is a Ryzen 5 2600 Pro. My graphics card is a 1660p in my streaming computer. It's a AM4 platform with DDR4 RAM, and it's got 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM, which is not bad, but that doesn't really help me with rendering. Now, what I did, let me turn this on. Why can't I turn this on? Because the music's good in this game too. So I have a couple, God bless it. Freaking YouTube chat keeps disappearing. I cannot win. I have a couple options. Number one, upgrade my processor, upgrade my graphics card. Okay. We can upgrade the graphics card to... So what's in there's a PCI 3 slot by 16, I believe. So when you look at graphics cards, you're looking at the PCI generation. And I'm limited to that. So what I could put a 4000 series in this computer as long as it has the power to support it, but it's going to get bottlenecked by the processor, and it's going to get bottlenecked by the PCIe slot, the motherboard, essentially. But it would be, if I, let's say I put a 4070 in there, like I've got in my laptop. If I put a 4070 in there, it's going to be way better than the 1660. Even though it's bottlenecked, it's going to perform significantly better. Additionally, for encoding purposes, it's going to encode like, you know, way better. Yeah, we're still streaming on YouTube. Okay. Shows 0 viewers, which means that even my alternate account's not registering. But anyways, I'm at my wit's end right now with dealing with this. So I'm not ready to throw in the towel, but I am getting close. As far as this computer goes, I've been trying to make this computer work for a few years. Like, make it work for something. And it's just getting to the point where I'm like, I'm done. I'm over it. I need to just quit being a cheap ass, and I need to just bite the bullet and either buy a new one or upgrade this one. And you can get a decent system. You can get a DDR system. They're all. Anyways, you can get a DDR5 system, like probably for under $1,000. Or I can upgrade this computer. And in order to upgrade this computer to be this streaming computer, I basically have to upgrade the motherboard. Let's just say $300 on that. Upgrade the graphics card, upgrade the, you know, memory, all that. Everything needs to be upgraded on it. Unless I went extremely low-end components. In other words, like, I could probably find a motherboard in the $120 range. Buy used stuff. Buy a processor for... the processor and the graphics card is the biggest thing. So, I don't know. I can probably put... My point is, I can probably put $1,000 into this computer and have these extra parts. And then just sell the extra parts to kind of recoup some of my money. But the motherboard that's in here, the processor, I'm just not going to see a good return on investment. So anyways, long story short, this computer is bottlenecked, and that's what's causing the streaming issues. There's no doubt in my mind that that's what's occurring. And so what I just did is it was giving me, I wasn't getting an error code before, but I suspected it might be bottlenecked. And so I wanted to push the encoder as far as it could until I got an error code to see if my suspicions were true. And they're true. So basically at this point, I can do a couple different things. It's not like, well, you can't stream anymore. I can still stream. I could choose a platform and align myself with one platform. And this computer will stream in 4K to one platform. Well, Twitch doesn't take 4K. I don't really need to stream to 4K. Like, it's not necessary. It's nice. I can record in 4K. Well, when you're recording, you're not going to multiple platforms. You know, that's a whole different animal. So I could just not stream, you know, anymore, or just do my streaming to Twitch, do my recording to YouTube, not stream to YouTube. You know, there's a bunch of options. But for now, I just basically need to pump the brakes. Sorry, I'm trying to kind of halfway line this shit up. Oh, this is gonna be... Oh, that wasn't that bad, actually. We just have to do the same thing here. Man. Well, the important thing is I'm streaming at 1080p. It looks pretty good on both sides. It's a chat issue. It's a chat issue on the YouTube side at this point. So if I'm sticking at 1080p, and I can probably dial it in. What I should do, honestly, is do a private stream to YouTube. Don't even touch Twitch, because Twitch is not the problem. And just go through my settings one by one and figure out an encoding setting that works for YouTube. And that's probably what I'll do. And then I'll try and add that to my stream, you know, like add it to my setup as far as my OBS goes. I'll tell you, with all these turns and shit, it's going to be hard to, I say it's going to be hard. I feel like it's going to be hard to merge outside stations to it. It may not. I don't know. Well, I didn't realize there was a thing there. A ramp. A thing. Use your words. Choose your right words. And YouTube chat's gone again. Not that there's anyone over there, but just in case. Want to be able to respond to those messages. Oh man, I probably need to with all these changes, I probably need to go back through my, and it could be the chat the chat thing could be my overlay. So I probably need to go dial that in a little bit. Make sure that that's not a variable I need to address. All right. So here's what we've got. I'm going to add a row here. Oh, let's zoop that. I'm going to add a row here all the way down to the end of the base. We don't need to do that now, though. And then my plan was... Ow. Ow. So... Can I bring it up? Let's bring it up. Let's look. Yeah, right here. So we are located up here, approximately in this area. Like our base is on top of that pillar right there. So what I want to do is gather all of this coal, have it mined up, have it go into stations, and have those stations pumping in. So, I mean, eventually we'll need that. We're just going to add it as we need it. I'm not saying do it right now. I'm also going to do... I've got a coal plant right here. This is where our coal plant is. But we've got bauxite right here, and right here. So we can bring in 600, 1800, 1920, 2100, 22, 23, 2400, 3000, 3300, 3600, 3900 plus 1200. So whatever 3900 plus 1200, that's 50, like 5000. We can bring in like 5000 bauxite from these nodes right here for aluminum and whatnot if we need it. Initially, we've got our railroad right here, so we're just going to tie into this bauxite. We're just going to tie into this bauxite and bring it home for aluminum. However, for our alternate recipes for bauxite, I believe you need water. You need, there's like 4 different things: coal, silica, depending on your recipes, coal, silica, water, iron, copper, and bauxite. So those 5 things need to be co-located. Well, obviously we don't have water in the desert. But one thing we could do, there is water in the desert. Our base is right here. There's water right here. But that's kind of it's kind of a slough type area. I don't know that that's an area that we need to draw water from. There's all this water out here. So, and we have our railroad now going right up through here, and it goes into our base. So one thing that we could do is, as an option, is, let me go over here. So iron, copper, quartz, and then obviously water. So if we zoom into this area, the situation for us changes a little bit. We do have quartz right up here that we can grab and send off, or we can grab that and pull that in here. I was almost thinking about building an aluminum plant out here and then moving all that aluminum to the base. And we have coal. This coal here is going to end up going to our power plant, which will be down here. So we would have to pull coal from up here and move that down south. Anyways, long story short, what we're trying to do is connect, figure out the layout of our railroads. And my point was, all of this over here is that over there. It's all of that through there. All right, Stream Boo. Get off my channel. I'm just gonna block you every single time. All right, so there's another option. If there's enough water over there that we can put water extractors, then we can potentially do our aluminum plant here and not have to move stuff. But God freaking dang it, dude. If YouTube chat doesn't quit disappearing, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. It's really pissing me off. It's an urgent message. It's probably regarding my car warranty or some stupid shit. Anyways, my point is, this train floor that's... Son of a bitch. I'm just not having a good day. This train floor right there, I'm trying to determine whether I need a line to come through here and go over to there. A throughput line. Like a return line. We don't want congestion. So it's not going to hurt moving a line that way. But I'm also trying to determine... We can go over here. There we go. We're also trying to determine if there's enough water over here to put quite a few water extractors in for the aluminum. I've got to look and see what that entails because I can't remember what the recipes look like. There's probably enough to put at least 5 water extractors in there, so that's... We can overclock the water extractors and get 300 each. So if I could put 6, I could run 3 Mark II pipes over here with 6 with water. Oh, Mary, come on. Mary. Anyways, for now, we're just going to plan for a throughput line over there. We could actually... Let me do this. We don't need that open. Where's Steam? Where's Steam? There it is. Open that. We can look at Modeler and look at our recipe. Basically, we just do aluminum. Okay, so if I go to aluminum ingot right here, or pure aluminum ingots, this will take it out to our products, which is our sheets. So there's your copper. So we need copper. We'll have that. Or we could do all clad, or that is all clad aluminum sheets, and then aluminum casings right there. You can drag this back. So to make aluminum scrap, we can make electrode aluminum scrap, which is okay. I did. Okay. So here's our 3 recipes for aluminum. So all of them need coal, petroleum coke. So And how do you make petroleum coke? I had a feeling it was off of oil. Oil only. All right. Is there another option? Oh, that's what we just did. I'm an idiot. Is there another option for this? Aluminum sheets, casings, all-clad casing, heat frames, and fixite. That's the output. Okay, here's a recipe for aluminum ingots. It's just a scrap. The scrap's the problem. I went through this before. So silica is not a problem. Silica is straightforward. That's quartz. The scrap is a problem. But this is pure aluminum ingots that comes off of scrap as well. And as far as I know, the only difference is it doesn't use silica. Aluminum ingot, pure aluminum ingot. And this requires a blender, which we don't have. So that's not going to work. So then we need to bring in petroleum coke. Which I think is fucking stupid. I feel like you should be able to use coal. And then this is alumina solution. I think I was using sloppy alumina the first time. Yeah, there we go. So then we're bringing in bauxite. Bear with me. And then we need water. So all right, so let's think about this. We're gonna have to ship petroleum coke over. We're gonna have to ship over bauxite, and we need water. So we're gonna have to have, in order to do this, we have to have water at the, and we need copper. So for all of this, we need water, bauxite, petroleum coke. Okay. So now let's think about something else. Let's go over to here, to our map. Oh, excuse me. Petroleum coke is going to be off of oil. So we're using this group down here for our main power plant. This is what is powering our current power plant. We've got some oil in here that we could go steal, but that would involve us running a railroad. Oh, we got oil right here in this canyon. So we could what is petroleum? Let's look at petroleum. Petroleum coke. Expensive petroleum. Hey, buddy. Are you froze up on me or what? It's just heavy oil residue. Interesting. Is there another one? So we basically have a choice. We can go straight into plastic, straight into rubber, and the byproduct is heavy oil residue. Or we can go heavy oil residue and the byproduct is polymer resin, which goes into plastic and rubber, or we sink the polymer resin. So, all right, let me delete some of this. Okay, now we're back to cleaned up. All right, let's do this the right way. Aluminum. Doesn't matter where you put the aluminum or where you put the plant. What I need is all clad sheets. The output is what's important in this. So let's choose aluminum casings. Mothers. And we'll choose aluminum. There's casings and there's all clad aluminum casings. So that requires 150 aluminum ingots a minute, 75 copper ingots, and it pushes out 112 and a half aluminum casings. That's pretty good, actually. Let's do that instead of this one. If we go back and we look at that, that's going to give us 60, but it doesn't require any copper. And then we can do all clad aluminum sheets. Okay. Which is going to require, depending on how much we send over. And my thought was push all. Yeah. I'm going to import copper. Because we're going to have a smelting floor and we're going to move ingots. In the grassy fields, we're going to have 1,200 ingots. So we could take those 1,200 ingots and send them directly to the aluminum plant. It's an option. Okay, and then is this shift or alt? Let's look. Alt. You're supposed to be able to, there we go. Okay, and then this is going to go to pure aluminum ingots. I like the pure aluminum ingots because we don't have to use silica. And then let's go scrap and figure out our recipe for scrap. So we don't have a blender, so we can't use instant scrap. So it's either electrode scrap, which is going to make, it's 300 or 180 alumina solution and 60 petroleum coke. And it makes, actually, that's 240 alumina. Oh, this is coal. This one's just coal. We don't have to do petroleum coke. So we're just going to do this. We're going to bring coal in. And then this is water, right? No, alumina solution. So we're going to bring bauxite in. And then this is water. Cool. So that answers one of our questions. And that's our aluminum plant. And then our outbound will be, oh shit. Outbound goes to there. Outbound goes to there. What is this? Water? So this is going to make silica. And it's going to make water. Let's do a fluid buffer. And then we could probably go into that. So backfeed that water, which will help with this supply. And then silica is just, I guess, a byproduct. I know that looks confusing, but it'll make sense in a minute. So that's your aluminum plant. And then I'm going to move this over here because we're not working with that. This is our current power plant. So I'm going to move this down here so I don't fuck it up. And then let's go outpost. Desert coal. Desert bauxite. Desert copper. Yeah. And also I messed this up. Connect it. You can connect them all to the same thing so that it shows the like if you want to, in terms of like trains and shit, if you want this to be an individual input. So if I was planning trains and I was like, damn, how many stations am I going to need there? Then what I might do is say, okay, I'm going to have a dedicated car for copper ingots for that one, a dedicated car for copper ingots for that one. So now I know I need a train with 4 cars. However, this coal might be 1200, so it doesn't matter. It's up to you how you arrange this, but that's just what I do. Okay, so now the method to my madness. Let's open this one up, and we'll go over to here. We don't need the oil anymore. We need to pull bauxite in from somewhere. The closest bauxite is going to be the swamp over here. We're going to be pulling in 1 pure, 1 normal, 1 impure. Okay. So we go bauxite. And we change this to pure. Freaking hell. We're going to overclock this to 250. Holy shit. And then OC at 250. And it's a Mark II miner. So that's going to give us, oh, down here you change this and that gives you your 600. Then you can copy this and paste it and paste it. So basically I've got a normal, so that's 120, and then I have an impure, which is 60. And you can go in and label these normal and impure. And then your motherfucker, I keep backing out. And then just attach this to here. Okay. And all that's doing is producing and it's going out. So basically we're going to make these and we're going to stick it on a train. So if you wanted to, you could do this. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but you could say bauxite depot. And then you could attach these to this. And then you just go into the train and you simply connect this through. Because all you're doing is conveying it. But if you're a visual person and you need to see it, do it this way. So clear connection. Clear connection. I'll delete these. Delete. 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 Connect this here. Connect this here. And then it shows we've got 1050 going out. So there's your visual representation of a train. That's how you, so you know, oh, I need to go to a bauxite depot right there where the bauxite is. What I would do is also use like this. use what is it? Satisfactory biomes. And then you can pull this up. So you, as soon as I get the map up. So this will tell you like kind of some of these will tell you where's the good one? That's not the good one. This is a good one. Right here. In the Satisfactory wiki. Wiki. So then you find the biome map. This will break it down. Some of it, but there's a fucking... Where's the map? The map. Okay, look. So this guy right here, don't zoom. I quit. I'm done. I'm playing a different game. You can zoom on this bitch. There you go. Now this one, well, scroll's not working for me. I hate my life. Anyways, what I did is screenshotted that and then I saved it and then I was able to manipulate the map, but it gives you more. This just takes you to the wiki, but there should be a map. Like this should take you to the map and it should show you the biomes, but it's apparently broken or I'm fucking doing something wrong. Right here. So as you see, now that we're not absolutely freaking retarded. Well, I can't zoom in, but you can see that like here's Rocky Desert. Here's a start location too, but there's little microbiomes or smaller biomes. So we know that like over here, there we go. So when I alt tab and I go back to, or not alt tab, when I go over here to this, I can see it's on this island. Where's that island? It's like right here. So it's just swamp, but you can say northern swampland, southern swamp, just so you know where it's at. I'm just saying like you can get nitpicky with it. So I could say, instead of this, I could say I'm pulling bauxite from the swamp. There. And then this bauxite's going to go over there. Bam. So what is the next thing I need? Well, I'm going to need copper. So I need desert copper. Well, turn this off. Turn this on. Scroll up to the desert. Do I need to bring in copper? Probably not. So I can belt a bunch of this in. So let's just say that there's, in the desert biome, realistically where I'm at, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normals, like right around my base. 3 impures, 3 pures. Easy. Copper. I go pure first and then do this. Then you don't have to mess with the overclock, and I overclock all my miners. 240. We know that there's 3 of those. Hey, buddy. Copy. And then 1, 2. So now all my pure copper nodes, those are done. I'm going to connect those up. Now that we got that done, we know that there's 3 impures. Throw those off to the side for now. And how many were there? Normals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just say 6. If you want to pull these in up here, you can. But I'm going to go 6 because I'm just going with the AO. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And realistically, hold on. Instead of editing each one, let's be smart about it. You do it how you want to do it. This is impure at 60. Hold on. And the other one, oh, they're asking about my graphics cards. There's 2 Fire Pro W5000s. There we go. Okay. That's handled. Okay, so anyways, what I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, change this to normal. Then we copy this, copy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my normals. And I'm putting them in order because top to bottom, good to bad, right? Impure, copy, 2, 3. And then just connect these over. Once these are connected over, you really don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You can label them if you want to, so you can see your overclock. God bless it. Did I just delete that whole thing? No. Okay. I thought I deleted it. I was like, I'm about done. Okay. So now all your coal's connected. When you come out here, you're going to see your big old coal bank now. I mean, your big old copper. So I'm going to move the coal up. There's copper. So we know that this copper, if I pipe all of this in, we're gonna have a smeltery, right? So I could say copper smeltery, and then I can just tie these in because we're basically gonna belt this all into the base. That's why I only did the stuff that was proximal to the base. Oh, it's starting to do that thing. Once you get a bunch of connections, then it starts going, oh shit, what are you doing? Why are you connecting all this? The calculations are kind of slow. I think it's based on your processor and your graphics card and shit. And I'm running the game. So anyways, so I can come in here and then all we're doing is making copper ingots. So tie that into there, tie that into there. And that'll tell you how many you've got. And then you send this down here. I'll open this up. I forgot I was showing you guys how to do multiple, but there. So now it's telling me I need 525 coal to make this whole damn thing work. And then I'm done. So let's do our coal. There's coal right. Our railroad goes right here, so we could pick our coal up. So let's just do this coal right here. So 2 impures, 4 normals, 1 pure. $250 pure, 240, 240. I forgot my count. 1 pure. We need 4 normals. Okay. Two, 3, 4. Change these to 120. Change them to normal. And that just changes the look of them. And then 2 impures. So we could go paste, 60, impure, copy, paste. There we go. And there's our coal bank. There it is. So, and you can also combine these on this side too. But I didn't do that because I want to pull individually. Like, I want to be able to see that that's a 600. I'm going to go ahead and pull this 600, right? I'm going to pull that 600 down to here. That's it. So then I've got all this coal that I can pull from. Now my aluminum plant is good. So now I can see that I could make, with the resources that I have available here, I can make 393 sheets a minute, 295 casings a minute, and I'll be making 437.5 silica, if that's what I want. There you go. That's how you build a plant in Modeler. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. So, let's go back to the game. We've got this plotted out. All of this, the reason that I did this, because I wanted to know how many water extractors I need. I need 9 water extractors. Okay, well, the question is, can I fit 9 water extractors down there? And it says I need 9 water extractors. None of these are overclocked. If I overclock them, how many do I need? 6. Which would push... so 6 water... That's what I said earlier. 6 water extractors would push 300 each, 1,800 water. So we could bring everything to this plant and move our water from right there. Basically pipe it straight across up into the base and do our aluminum production here. And not have to do a train line or anything. The other option is that we build our water extractors over there. We could build our water extractors over there. We can build a little train station over there and send bauxite and coal over there. Our coal's coming from down here. I don't know. It's something to think about. But for now, let's do this. Let's finish our railroad over here. And let's connect power to our base. So the way I designed this, the right-hand lane, this lane is coming through. So this is going to be a throughput lane. I honestly don't know why I would need a throughput lane, but that's the way I designed it. So that's what I'm going to go with. So this is coming, when I mean throughput, that's coming from the grasslands or coming from that side. This is going to be outbound, meaning it'll be going back towards the grasslands or the swamp to go get more materials. So we'll do that. And then my other thought was, well, I already screwed that up, but 1, 2, 3. So this is kind of difficult because it's a turn on a turn. Maybe if I go this way. Okay, it's straight. All right. So this will be going back out from the backside of these stations. And then this one I don't want to block the throughput, so what I was thinking about doing is, wow, is this just gonna let me, okay. I was like, is this just gonna let me clip on anywhere? I was thinking about doing this. All right, so what'll happen is these are coming from this way. If it needs to bypass this base, it can just go through here. Because these will all be waiting on stations. So, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So our first station will be, actually, I'll do it this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Somewhere over here. I think that's correct. That should be perfect. And then we take our station over here and the arrow. So we're gonna put a freight station right here, a freight platform rather. What are we short? Must be placed in line with another train platform. Oh, I quit, man. I'm having one of those days. Just nothing wants to work for me. Okay, so rather than match this up, I'm gonna take the train station. Come up here. I need to make sure. How many does this take up? 2? Okay, it's a 2x3. And I think these are the same. Yeah. So we need 8. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this should be the train station, if I'm correct. And hopefully just line that up in the middle of this row. And then we'll take this 1, 2, buddy, 3, and 4. And it matched up. There we go. So this is going to be unload. 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 So we can do a 4. Whatever. Let's do... I don't know what I want to put here. We're doing a smeltery and the grassy fields. This is going to be... So we're going to have iron smeltery. I'm going to have copper smeltery. So let's just do copper. Yeah, this is copper. And then we'll have the grassy fields station will be there. But for now, we're going to do this. And we're going to label this train. MF copper. 1. There we go. So now we have both stations. But the other thing that we want to do is connect this over. So let's run this. And hopefully we've got enough radius. I'm just going to go straight for now. We're not using that. We need to block this also, but let's take this and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we need to tie this back into there. Right? Yes. Correct. Because this is going to carry on this way to the rest of the stations. So that's fine. And then this can go away. Then we block this. Right-hand drive. There's a block. Here's a block. So that's what I wanted to do. And we should have power now. So this should convey power. Oh, did I not get it? I thought I grabbed it. Oh, hell. Stretch this thing out as far as I can. I'm going to bring this back over to where the hub is. Cool. So we're powered. Yay. Now we can do hypertube cannon. I'm trying to remember which direction this points. I think that's right. I'm gonna be real sad if that's not the right direction. It is not the right direction. I did this whole thing backwards. Pretty sure. Okay, this is driving me nuts already. All right, moment of truth. If there's air on this end, there is. So that's connected. I want to take the train back though. Because we want to test the train. And we have to do some more blocking along the route. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening? Cannot dismantle because there's vehicles on it. Okay. I just didn't connect it up to this railroad correctly. That's fine. right, we're gonna fuck around and find out. Hopefully I didn't do that anywhere else. Let's see how this goes. Kind of cool how we made that meander through there. I like that. This is my old train that I'm absolutely going to run into. Move out of the way, I'm coming through. We're going back to the grassy fields. I am going to pick up some stuff there from upstairs, I think, and then we're going to load the train up and haul it all back over with us. Because very quickly we're going to have all our manufacturing in the desert, except for 1,200 Caterium ingots, 1,200 copper, and 1,200 iron coming from grassy fields. And I'm gonna move that SAM over there. So the reanimated SAM. I freaking did it again. Okay, so before it was telling us there was no power on this line, and I couldn't figure out why, and now I know. Was that the only break in the line? It looks like there's a sign up there. Let's go see if there's a break in the line there. Oh, it looks good. Okay, and then right here, we've got, this is where our power plant's gonna go, so it made sense for us to do this, where we can kind of spin off and go down into there if we need to. Maybe for like packaged fuel or something, I don't fucking know. You know, something else I'm gonna try that I didn't think about. My laptop's got 64 gigs of RAM, and performance-wise, it says it's using 92% of my CPU. It's using 35% of my GPU, one of my GPUs, my onboard, and then 73% of my other one. And I'm kind of like, I don't know why it's using so much fucking CPU, but anyways, my point is probably because I have all this shit running in the background. I'm wondering if I have enough resource to actually stream and play from this computer, from the laptop. I may test that. I may do go ahead and copy my scenes over and stuff and use OBS from over here and see if that potentially helps with the lag and the quality. I would think, because it's got 2 GPUs, so I could really use the onboard GPU for encoding. I'm gonna look at it. That would be kind of cool, actually. It's a 4070. Got to be better than a 1660 Super. All right, is there a train? There is a train in there, so. Quit. Okay. All right, so yeah, so what I was thinking, oh, let's upload these. We got these earlier. Upload that. What I was thinking is just grab some shit from the top of this tower, because we're to the point now we can get rid of this. It's not gonna live over here. We're to the point now where this tower doesn't benefit us. I mean, it does because it's providing everything through phase 3. But we're moving all of this shit over to our new base. Our new factory. So, I was going to come up here and kind of like grab some of this stuff. And go dump it in here. So we can move it back and forth. HMFs. We'll take the elevator this time. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we move some good stuff over there. We've already moved the hub. We've already moved the MAM, all that good stuff over there. So we start kind of moving our operations over to the desert. And then now that we've got our rail lined up, once we get that kind of situated over there, it's going to make things much easier.
Oh, let's build a sentient elevator based on human behavior so it can anticipate their needs. What about my needs? Would a human like being stuck in an elevator their whole life? No.
Yeah, so yeah, initially I think we'll end up, because we'll get this stuff and then we'll start deleting stuff top down, and we'll build stuff over there like this. That way we can also recover our some of our dimensionals. Man, we don't even need those. Yep. All of that. We've already got rubber being created, so we can delete that. Smart plates downstairs. We can delete that. So what I'm going to do is call the elevator and then go dump this real quick. Then once we get a full train, I'm just going to slap down. Excuse me. I'm just gonna slap down storage on the other side because the train will empty all of this out. Motors? We don't need motors. We don't need no stinking motors. All right, so the elevator's there. Let's go get more shit. And then we'll turn this factory, this tower, will be our smelting. It'll be just smelting. Hey. What's happening, dude? There it goes. Damn elevator. Yeah, I'm wondering. Now the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. Oh shit. We had just set all this up to get through our tier or phase 3. So all of this was part of that. This goes over to our oil refinery. Our power plant, rather. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's get rid of the rubber. Because we can get rid of some of the basic shit that we don't need right now. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That shit's being made downstairs. That's being made downstairs. Screws we don't need. There's no point in hauling all of this stuff over. All right, what do we got? All right, top 4 is cleared out. What is that? Little floating leaf. Okay, top floor is done. Now, second floor, I can't even remember what this was. Luckily, I labeled it. Okay, this was phase 2, I believe. So that's full of plates. That's full of frames. And that's full of those. So I think the only thing I want to take over with me is I think in this right here. Yeah. We'll take all the reanimated Sam. Or at least a good portion of it. Na, 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 na. All right, load it up. Those other, like the phase 2 stuff, we don't have to keep making that stuff either. We could take that with us. It's going to help us jump. You know what? We might do it. The only reason I'm thinking about doing it is because it may help us get a jump start. All of this that's biofuel, that's a smelting deal. This is iron, and then that's steel, that's beams back there. And then I didn't mean to capture a clip. This is all copper construction and smelting. All the ingots are going to end up going all the way over there, so I guess we could just let's just take it. Because the next phase, we've got to hunt to get sloops so we can do our alien augmenter. Because we've got to get everything like kind of basically established over there, at least to this point, so we can start making our power plant. These are all in dimensionals, so we don't need that. Get rid of these. Get rid of mod frames, rips. We're about to load those up. Get rid of this. We can load all the silica. Get rid of this. Get rid of rubber. Stators, we got a full thing of stators, motors, rotors, all that's full. So that's pretty good. And yeah, I guess we will go tear down. We can tear down tier 2. We don't have enough storage for it. This is all like rips, mod frames, rotors, stators, motors, and then all of that's feeding this floor. So that's what I'm saying. We could just get rid of this. Oh shit. I'm gonna keep the storages up here just because they're plumb full. And then when we're ready, we can come over here and get all the... We can come get all that shit. But yeah, I think, maybe I could, 'cause this streaming computer is perfect for Twitch. It's perfect. It's low resolution. I mean, I can stream up to 1440p, but the delay is a problem. That's the problem. On YouTube, there's such a bad delay. And it's not a bandwidth issue. I've got 900 up, 900 down, so I should be able to send whatever bandwidth I need to YouTube. But the encoder, I'm having an encoder bottleneck. And the problem there is, in this streaming computer, it's a terrible processor. It's a terrible graphics card. On a pretty decent motherboard, but I don't think I have much room to expand. Okay, top floor is empty, so I'm gonna delete these as well. Yeah. All right, so we got 2 floors cleaned out. Let's take the train back. We'll go ahead and jump in the train and head back to the desert. We need to back up a little bit. And then, can we... How do we load? This is going to be MF copper 1. And then, no. Edit timetable. We're going to go from grassy fields to MF1. And then we got to make sure that this is load. These are set to load. 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 All right. If I turn on self-driving, bro, does it not have the ability to manual? Oh, F. I'm stupid. There we go. It's right in front of my face the whole time. I was like, fuck, where's the fucking option to load this shit? I'm gonna have to manually do something. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. And then eventually I'm gonna go that way, up over the waterfall, back around to the oil plant, or where that oil is. Because we'll end up using that oil, whether we pump the oil in, we steal the oil, or we do something else. Either we'll take just plastic from over there and let that run, or we'll, I don't know. We'll figure it out down the line. So I'm gonna have to, I'll probably do it off stream, but I've got to run this whole line, and I've got to put block signals in every so often, because there's gonna be multiple trains running on these two lines, and if I don't put those block signals in, they'll sit and wait. At the big way back there at the station, they'll just sit there and wait until the other one is basically docked and on its way back. Essentially, there will be only one train on this line. This whole line on this right side is one block, and that whole line on the left side is one block. If I don't go in and put block signals to break that up into more blocks, it's gonna be bad. Mesmerizing. I love riding in these trains. I'm curious on the uphills. I'm curious about how this is going to perform on the uphills. But we're getting somewhere. We cleaned up. We're starting to clean up the old base, the old factory. And then this factory is... We gotta do some ramp up. It's a long train ride. Yeah. We're just taking this stuff over and we'll slap down a couple. Oh shit. There we go. Forgot I left a train there when I was building. We'll take this stuff over, make a couple storages, let's slap those down. No big deal, up on the logistics floor. And then we'll set this thing to auto drive, and essentially we will, I think the next step is that we just start bringing in ingots that we can push through our maybe. I'll have to think about it. I don't know. I'm kind of brain dead right now. Wifey's gonna be home soon, so I'm probably gonna clean this out and then I'm gonna call this a day. I've had enough issues out of streaming for one day. Is he gonna stop? No. I didn't stop in time. It's okay. Our train is completed and we've connected power. I mean, I feel real good. I feel real good about what we've accomplished. That's a big accomplishment. We took a train. We took a train from here all the way up to here, which is, I think, the largest, hardest part of the map to do. And we're still going to take a train. We're still going to take a train all the way through here and all the way back around here. And then we'll have interconnections. Like, this is just the beginning of my playthrough. So I plan on interconnecting and pulling resources and doing some crazy stuff with this playthrough. And I've worked for all of it. I haven't. The cheatiest thing that I have is keep everything when you die, so you don't have to go chasing, you know, fucking containers and shit. But I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna leave off there. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap the stream with that. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you follow, join the Discord, subscribe. It's free, and we'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.